Hi there, how are you today? It's a bit nippy today, so I've got on my fall coat. It's thin but really fairly warm. I have a question for you. Why do you believe what you believe? Now, you could say, well, um, my parents, my friends, my family, my teachers, my employer, my religious leaders. Yeah, that's true. You believe what you believe because people have told you what to believe. But let's kind of zoom in on the beliefs in superstitions and religion in particular, because I've noticed a tendency of people, which is a very myopic, very, well, horse blinders kind of an attitude about belief in this sort of thing. Now, I'm going to say for right up front here, I am not a superstitious person. I believe in God, and that's pretty much it. But I wasn't raised that way. I was raised to believe in Santa and the Easter Bunny and Jack Frost and God and Jesus and all that stuff. I was taught about superstitions like 7 years of bad luck if you break a mirror, and don't walk under a ladder, and carry a rabbit's foot, and four-leaf clovers, and all that crap. It's all, and some of those things are based in fact. Like, for example, why shouldn't you walk under a ladder? Well, it's not because it's bad luck. It's because, actually, you might have something dropped on you by the person at the top of the ladder, which could be fatal if it's high enough and heavy enough and so on, or sharp enough. You could end up with a tool impaled in your head. You could end up being bonked on the head by a full can of paint. So it's common sense not to walk under a ladder. But what about don't let a black cat cross your path because it's bad luck? Why? Well, there's no sensible reason for that. It's all about another superstition which is that black cats were the familiar animal or companion animal of witches, which is utter nonsense. And some people believe that the soul of the witch was in the black cat. So if you were to cross the path of a black cat, you would end up having really, really bad things happen to you. It's just utter ridiculous nonsense. But getting back to my question, why do you believe the religion you believe in? We'll just focus on that for now. And you can expand this thought process to everything else in your life. Okay, so using myself as an example, when I was a kid, my grandfather was a minister, my uncle was a minister, my parents took me to Protestant churches, well, my sister and I, and so, there's a fair amount of indoctrination into the Christian experience. I didn't learn about religion per se in school, because I went to a public school. However, I did learn about religion, really. It's called mythology. Yes, I went to classes where they taught about mythology. And it didn't really occur to me until years later when I realized that's actually about religion. And I'm not going to get into that, though. Let's expand our view a bit here. In my household, we were Christians. I had Catholic neighbors, and I had Protestant neighbors. I didn't have any Orthodox neighbors. I may have had Jewish neighbors, but I'm not sure. I know that most of my neighbors were either Catholic or Protestant. And I didn't hear about Islam until I was in senior high school. And if I recall correctly, the older sister of a friend of mine became a Muslim while I was in high school. And my dad was best friends with a Jew. I didn't really hear much about other religions like Jain or Hinduism or Buddhism or any of those other isms. Mostly I just heard about Christianity, a tiny, tiny bit about Islam, and I, of course, heard about Judaism. And I've asked people, out of curiosity, why are you a Christian? Why are you a Buddhist? Why are you a Muslim? Why are you a Jew? And most people, the vast majority of people is, well, my parents are. That's what I was raised as. Oh, okay. I know this is going to come off the wrong way for a lot of people, but basically that means if you are the religion of your parents, you are not of that religion by choice, you are of that religion by indoctrination or proselytization. Is different, but it's the same. It's in the same basket. You are there because of indoctrination. You were indoctrinated to believe in that religion, and you have never made a choice to look at other religions and move to a different religion, or to become agnostic or atheist or, like me, deist. And so, if you look at the world, you will notice there are countries that are predominantly Muslim, like a large portion of the Middle East, as well as Malaysia and Indonesia and certain other countries. They're almost all Muslim. And then you look at other parts of the world, and it's almost all Buddhists, or almost all, and Hinduism, it's primarily India and Bali, which is part of Indonesia. And then there's Jain, which is another Indian religion, along with Buddhism and Hinduism, and Sikh. And those are primarily found in India, but you can find them in other parts of the world, like in America. But primarily in India, but they're minority religions. Hinduism is number one, and Buddhism, Jain and Sikh, and Islam, and the other religions are way behind that in population density. If you look at China, a lot of atheists. If you look at Europe, primarily Muslims, Jews, and Christians. So, to a very large degree, the religion you start with is decided by your family. Now, if you have a pluralistic family, that'll make it a little bit different. But primarily, your religion is decided as a child, as a baby, by your family. And only in later life, through proselytization, or some exploration, self-reflection, and so on, might you change your relationship with God to whatever. So, number one is family. Number two is community. Because if you're in a community of like-minded people, that reinforces what you believe. If you're in a community of people who don't believe what you believe, you're more likely to have, to possibly convert, unless you have a hostile relationship with those people. If your religion is being marginalized by your community, you are unlikely to convert. If your religion is being accepted by the community, you are more likely to convert. If you are in a country where the religion is nationally defined, you are far more likely also to be of that religion. And if you move to a different country where the religion is different, you will either be marginalized and thus maintain your position within your religion, or you will be accepted and treated well and entertain possibly a change of religion. It just depends. But I can guarantee you that if you want people to leave the religion, marginalization is never, ever going to help. You'll get the weaker people, the weak-willed people, but the strong-willed people will just hold on. So this is my point here. You are in the religion you're in, not because God deigned it so. It's because of where you were born. That's all it really boils down to. It's where you were born. I know that hurts for some of you. Some of you are struggling with that. You're saying, no way. Not me. Sorry. Where you're born, nationally, locally, or your home, that defined why you are in the religion you are in until you decide to change it. Hard facts, God didn't decide. Your location decided. Your family, your nation, your community, your sometimes teachers. So what does that tell you about your beliefs? I'm not going to answer that question. You have to figure that one out. Thank you for watching and have a great day.